Back to Larry's Anything Goes. Happy Friday. Hopefully you guys are enjoying yourselves. Hopefully you and the loved ones are going to go out and do something fun this weekend. Hopefully you still working on your goals and aspirations, because money never sleeps. Hopefully you learn something new this weekend. Summer is basically winding down to it and holding on to its last leg, as I like to call it. It's got, summer's got one foot in the coffin and one outside of the coffin right now. But of course, if you're like, in the deep South, or if you're on the West Coast, then you're still on fire right now. So you're good to go. But they usually get like a little bit of cold weather. Like if you think of a place like Florida and Texas, when, November comes around, November and December, because even during that time, it's not even that, like I remember being in Houston during Christmas time, Houston, Texas, and it was barely cold. Now, Dallas, Texas, there was a little chill in the air. Heck, when I was in Dallas, Texas last freaking, hey, Kendrick, how you holding up, brother? Hopefully everything's well with you and the family. When I was in Dallas, Texas last year, last February, for my aunt's funeral, Dallas was hit with a ice storm a little bit and whatnot. Now, it's nothing that would usually shut a city down in the Midwest or the Northeast or even in the Southeast, but it literally shut the city of Dallas, Texas down. Like half the city was shut down, and it was like the morning that I got an Uber to drive me to my aunt's funeral. I remember how there was like maybe 7 people on the whole road, and we're talking about one of the biggest cities in the country. Not very, very. If you've ever been to Dallas, Texas, it's a huge city. And growing. So it just tripped me out. But, and then when I got to the airport the next day, if you're on my Facebook, you saw me making fun of Texas. I was like, you guys are a bunch of punks, because half of the TSA agents called off. And luckily I got to the airport at the time I did, because I would have missed my flight, because it took me an hour to get, to my terminal and whatnot. I got there, got my bag and all that good stuff. But as soon as I got into the line to get the TSA, I'm like, man, thank you, God, that I got here hours early and whatnot, because I didn't want to have to rush. And after that hour-long wait, I got something to eat at TGI Fridays, and then my flight was boarding and whatnot. So I'm thankful for that. But yeah, man, that was at Dallas DFW. So, but I had to give the people the credit that was working there. They were being patient, and it's the South, so people are a lot more chill and laid back. So I can definitely respect that. But anyways, today's word of the day is least. Stands for lowest in importance or rank, smallest. I think I chose this word today because life in a sense is like the military or a law enforcement organization or a corporate structure organization. A lot of times you got to ensure that people that are in your life, they have a place. If you're the commander, then they might be a lieutenant or sergeant, or they might be another commander right beside you. But everybody, because they can't handle a certain amount of responsibilities, or a lot of times they are the people in your life to do the least. My personal experience in people like that is a lot of times you got to cut them off. As the old saying goes, you don't treat a cancer, you cut it out. I'm not making fun of anybody who's a cancer patient survivor, because my mother is, so I take that seriously. But I remember when a doctor said that to me, when my mother was going through her chemo treatments, that was one of the realest things I could ever hear in my life, because because the chemo treatments were kicking her in the butt so much. And I was just like, can we slow down? She's like, no, because if you don't, then there's a chance, if we slow down, then there's a chance of the chemo coming back the cancer coming back at a more aggressive rate and whatnot. You can't treat it. You got to cut it out. You got to kill it, and everything involves with it. So at the end of the day, I get that and I respect that. And a lot of times the people that are doing the least in your life, those are the ones those are the ones, a lot of times you just got to put them to the side, not, no disrespect, no hate, no nothing. But when you always give and whatnot, and they're always take, and a lot of times, unless you're married to them, that's a whole different story for another day. That's my personal opinion. I'll leave it at that. Today's quote of the day is by William Shakespeare. He says, no legacy is so rich as honesty. Could not agree with that statement more. I got a lot of family in the Northeast in regards to New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey, at least what's left of them. And the thing that I always respect from people from Massachusetts, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, that whole tri-state area, the Northeast area and whatnot, is that they're going to be 9 times out of 10 are going to be the most brutally honest people on the planet, whether you like them or not. I rock with that kind of energy, because growing up in the DMV, there is a small culture of fakeness that people love to engage in on a regular basis, and I despise fakeness. Even when there's money involved, it's like, just be an honest person. Like, I really respect honesty. So no legacy is so rich as honesty. So be honest with people. You don't have to be honest in a brutal way, but be honest with people as much as possible in an effective and an adult and in a mature manner. All right. So on that note, do the great 3 things. Like, share, and subscribe. Hopefully you guys have a great day. And as I always say, make money move so you're going to live bro like a fool. And I'll see y'all later. And hey, don't forget to check out the online store and all that other stuff. And don't forget to check out, if you're a stock market investor, crypto investor, individual retirement account investor, don't forget to check out all the links in the description. WEBULL, Stash, Acorns, and crypto.com. And what else we got? And WEBULL, Stash, Acorn, and crypto.com and Coinbase. Take care.